season goes on. Is this a learning experience for you?
Absolutely, because you know it's not an easy place to come. It's never going to be an open game of football here, and you know, in their 4 games so far, I think they conceded 3 goals and very few chances. They're a really well organised team, very disciplined defensively, and I knew we'd have to be patient. It was a test of our discipline today in sort of sticking to our football, and that's why I'm really pleased because you know it's another different way for us to win a game.
And once you got the first goal, I thought you really controlled the game. But in the first half, did the game go as you thought it would do, or did at half-time you think, you know, we need to change certain things? What was your message to the players?
No, it was mainly around just staying disciplined, Gary. You know, it's one of those things in football where, you know, sometimes you just have to be patient. It's, you know, I keep relating it to boxing to the guys. You know, you're not always going to get a knockout in the first minute. You know, you got to, or in the first round, you've got to keep moving the opposition. And what I said to them, just stay alert. The opportunity will come, and then we can get a grip on the game. But I never really expected us to sort of totally dominate and create a lot of chances. It's just not that type of team to play against and a ground to do that.
Watching the game, I mentioned that myself in commentary, you'd have to be patient within the game. I mean, just looking at the goals that you've scored of late, we did the game Monday night. I think 3 of the last 4 goals have come from actual pressing, not sort of building up from the back and playing through the lines. I mean, how pleased are you with that?
It's probably been the best part of our game so far. You know, I think I said during the week, we've still got a lot of improvement to do in terms of our front third work and our fluency of building our defensive work. I mean, the one thing I could control this year was we're going to be the first team in the competition. Like, there's no excuse for not doing that, and that's helping us. I mean, you're showing stats, but if you look at all the running stats, you know, across the league, we're up the top in just about all of them because, that's what we want to be, the team that really be aggressive. And if it's not working out with the ball, you can create stuff without it. So we've got them fit, but then you've got to give them a reason to run because they won't just run for no reason. And I think the rewards they're getting, like you said, in the last couple of games.
Time, and in the second half, did a few set pieces. How much time do you work on set pieces? Because I thought your structure and the way in which you defended tonight was really impressive.
Yeah, really. You know, we spent a lot of time, and it's Millie Ednak's kind of little baby this year, I think. And if you look at Tottenham last year, they really struggled in that area. And it's been a real focus for us, set pieces up for and against. We've tried to vary it a little bit because, again, it's important. When you come to a ground like this, there's always going to be corners, throw-ins, free kicks that are going to get launched into the box. You can't avoid that, so you've got to be prepared for it. And I thought, again, the lads handled that really well. And Vic in goal is such a calming influence. I think that gives the boys confidence to attack things.
And then just when you went 2-0 up, is it scenario planning where you actually work on it in training where Romero and obviously Van der Ven and the goalkeeper, they just seem to play sort of maybe 15, 20 passes back and forth to each other, irrespective of what the crowd's doing or the boos or whatever it may be? Is that something you work on?
No, but I mean, we did mention it before the game, is, you know, the way Palace set up, you know, if they do go behind, it's hard for them to change, you know, so, you know, if they're not going to come on us, then that's fine. You know, we'll keep the ball, probe, wait for them to come, and then we can pick our moments. And that's what I mean. I think the lads are, you know, still a new team, but they're handling all these scenarios. They're different challenges every week, and they're handling them really well, which is a credit to them.
Yeah. I had to give the man of the match, and it was a toss-up between Madison and Van der Ven at the back, but being a centre-back myself, I've been so impressed with him. I mean, his speed's frightening, isn't it?
Yeah, it's brilliant. And, you know, the way we play, we need it. You know, we play pretty aggressively with our line, and, again, for a 22-year-old, he's come in, he's just, you know, so composed. I mean, it helps having Romero next to him. I think he gets a lot of confidence, but, yeah, he's just, that's the beauty of it. The beauty of it and the challenge for me is these guys have got so much more upside, and I've got to make sure that we keep pushing them and improving them.
Do you think as the season goes on, because you've got no European football, you can actually get your ideas across even more? Because at the moment you're just copying Pep, aren't you?
Yeah, so I mean, I just study one game a week and see what he's doing, and I go from there. And you know what? There's nothing wrong with that. You know, you know,
I know he's done all right, to be fair, hasn't he?
I tried to copy him.
How'd that go? No, look. I think for us is there's something in there that these guys are now. You know what it's like when you get on a little bit of momentum. My role within that is just to keep pushing them. I just think there's so much more growth in this team, you know, and you know, provided they're still coming in every day, the whole group working hard and trying to, improve every day, that gives me that opportunity to keep pushing them along and see how far we can go.
When you look at the other teams in the league, and you've obviously played some of the top teams already and done really well against them, how do you sort of measure yourselves up against the other teams that you see on television and sort of what form you're in compared to them?
Yeah, look, I think we've been competitive in every game. We haven't dominated every game. I mean, Arsenal was because I think Arsenal are a top team, and I thought it was a cracking game, but I thought we held our own.
Yeah.
You know, Liverpool, you know, obviously after they went down, it became a different game, but even 11v11, and that's kind of our measure, Man U. You know, so in every game, what I've seen is us be competitive, you know, against any opposition, against different types of opposition. And that's a pleasing thing for me, because obviously, you know, we're going to get more challenges as we go ahead. It's how we cope with them.
Ange, I want to ask you as well about Rodrigo Bentancur,
Yeah.
because he was over there in front of the fans, and all the players were grabbing him and seemed delighted that he was back. What does that say about him as a player and a person?
Yeah, brilliant. I mean, you know, all footballers feel for people like Rodrigo. You know, he had such a great start to his Tottenham career, and then it's hard when you're doing rehab on your own and you just want to be part of the group. I mean, he's been busting my door down for weeks to train with a group. And